since I first got down. Still on top of my game, forever play to the crowd. When I'm in front of a mic and I'm in the spotlight, the Gridiron, man, we taking y'all on a flight. Always coming for the hardcore, this is what I work for. Got 'em feeling for some more, they yelling encore. Verbally, I'm bringing heat to the streets. The flames spit on my squad, nothing but winners, and you'll never see a quitter. Cause adversity is part of the plan. Just as sure as you go, always bob your head to the jam. So turn your volume up, you can see me up on your screen. Kicking knowledge like you need it, y'all some football fiends. Bringing heat at 100, we the realest around. Welcome to the Gridiron, baby, it's going down now. Like the music buzzing and amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands. Cause I'm an all-be-known until the break of the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. It's the battle hymn. Homie gonna bang in your ear. And when they hear it, they gon' know the Kings is here. All-be-known until the break of the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. I'm here to get mine, never gonna dwell on the past. Always moving forward, I won't take my foot off the gas. And I'm ready for the battle and whatever may come. I fight from up in the saddle, go and beat that war drum. If you want some, get some, wicked about to get dumb. Got the crowd getting loud, everybody head sprung. Hitting hard and coming stronger like a buck from a gauge. Like Micah, I'm a lion busting out of my cage. Cause y'all ain't holding me now, I'll break your bury you down. Go and check your books, cause there ain't no play to be found. They can counter what I'm bringing, you ain't figure me out. Hitting suckers from their gut to their chest and their mouth. And now we steady climbing up to the top. You trying to get on our level, they watch your ass get dropped. Yo, it's your boy on the track, the OG double G. I'm rolling with the heavy hitter, yeah, that's Jersey the King. Let's get it. I told you I'm here to get it, cause baby I'm in my prime. So if you want it, come with it, nobody dimming my shine. Been a long time, homie, since I first got down. Still on top of my game, forever play to the crowd. When I'm in front of a mic and I'm in the spotlight, the Gridiron, man, we taking y'all on a flight. Always coming for the hardcore, this is what I work for. Got 'em feeling for some more, they yelling encore. Verbally, I'm bringing heat to the streets. The flames spit on my squad, nothing but winners, and you'll never see a quitter. Cause adversity is part of the plan. Just as sure as you go, always bob your head to the jam. So turn your volume up, you can see me up on your screen. Kicking knowledge like you need it, y'all some football fiends. Bringing heat at 100, we the realest around. Welcome to the Gridiron, baby, it's going down now. Like the music buzzing and amps. When I hit the end zone, fans are rocking the stands. Cause I'm an all-be-known until the break of the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. It's the battle hymn, homie gonna bang in your ear. And when they hear it, they gon' know the Kings is here. All-be-known until the break of the dawn. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the film. I'm here to get mine, never gonna dwell on the past. Always moving forward, I won't take my foot off the gas. And I'm ready for the battle and whatever may come. I fight from up in the saddle, go and beat that war drum. If you want some, get some, wicked about to get dumb. Got the crowd getting loud, everybody head sprung. Hitting hard and coming stronger like a buck from a gauge. Like Micah, I'm a lion busting out of my cage. Cause y'all ain't holding me now, I'll break your bury you down. Go and check your books, cause there ain't no play to be found. They can counter what I'm bringing, you ain't figure me out. Hitting suckers from their gut to their chest and their mouth. And now we steady climbing up to the top. You trying to get on our level, they watch your ass get dropped. Yo, it's your boy on the track, the OG double G. I'm rolling with the heavy hitter, yeah, that's Jersey the King. Let's get it. I told you I'm here to get it, cause baby I'm in my prime. So if you want it, come with it, nobody dimming my shine. Been a long time, homie, since I first got down. Still on top of my game, forever play to the crowd. When I'm in front of a mic and I'm in the spotlight, the Gridiron, man, we taking y'all on a flight.
Everyone, what is going on? It's your boy Jersey the King. We are here, we are live, we are on the network, we are all over the place, we're on the YouTube and Legion Facebook page, we're on the Alliance Facebook page, we're on back on my Facebook page, back on YouTube, and we're on Sports Network, on Roku TV, Roku Stick, and Fire Stick. And today, I will be joined by the one, the only, Arlington A-Train Lane. You all know him very well.
Good
Welcome
afternoon, man.
How you doing today, brother?
Good afternoon, everybody. This is great. This is
I
great.
can't hear you, A-Train.
You can't hear me? Okay.
Hold on. It might be my end. Yeah, I can hear you. So how we feeling today, brother?
I'll just do without today. That's how we'll do things. We'll do without.
It's going to be a great show today, everyone. I'm happy to be here on the network this morning, live on Fuel.
Yeah,
it's going down today, man.
It is.
It's going down today.
We good.
Happy to be back on YouTube for sure. For all my YouTube viewers, what's going on, Champ? What's going on, DJ? What's going on, Sandy? Hello, Hit. What's going on?
Hit's here.
Happy to be here, everybody. You already know what it is. It's going down today. A-Train Lane is in the building. For some reason, I can't hear A-Train in my headphones. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Because this isn't making any sense. All right. How we all doing today? Hey, you're watching on TV, Sandy? I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. The new Roughnecks helmets, I need to check those out. I didn't see them yet. I have not seen the new Roughnecks helmets. So let's talk about these Easter eggs. All right.
There we go. I think I'm good now.
Yeah, I can't hear you, A-Train.
Okay. Hey, but I know everybody can hear me. And I'm pretty sure that those that have been tuning in to this show, if you noticed, we are broadcasting to the U-Fan Legion. We're also broadcasting.
I can hear you on the stream.
We're broadcasting on the Fuel Sports Network, which you can get today on your Roku TV and your Amazon Fire Sticks. So, folks, if you haven't got a chance to grab hold of it, make sure that you go to the app today and go get Fuel Sports Network. Thank you for those that say that they can hear me. I said being professional, as in professional tech issues. You got to hit. You already know Hit that I do things the way that I do them.
Yes.
And it is amazing. As a matter of fact, you can't see it on in the background, but I did it on purpose. But Fuel Sports Network.
Let's get this show started the right way.
Get it done the right way.
This show started the right way.
Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, if you got a Fire Stick, I don't know if it's on Amazon TV, but if you have your Fire Sticks.
This is the Gridiron. I'm your host, Jersey the King.
And of course, I'm subbing. I'm subbing in for.
We're off right now. I'm so sorry. Hold on, guys.
Really? We're off? But we still live, baby. We still live.
Am.
The double G Gabe Garcia, man, in his absence. I'm in here, so making sure that this show goes on, even though right now we got some technical difficulties and whatnot, but we still making this show roll as we can, because that's what we do. As you can see on my
it's on my end.
Let me get him together. I am the co-founder of Fuel. Make sure that you go today to Fan United Experience Legion on Twitter and on Instagram. And we're on, right now on Facebook, we're at U-Fan Legion. So that's going to be changed in just a moment. So make sure that you get all of that together. Yes, Sandy, I guess we do need a woman's touch then, right? But hey, yeah, you gotta get some backup headphones, champ. Yeah, thank you for tuning in today. Thanks, Andrew, so much. I seen Hit in the chat. DJP is here. Thank you all for tuning in to this edition of the Gridiron. Are you back?
Good to go. Yes,
you back?
We're good to go, and I can hear you perfectly fine.
All
right.
This is your show, so I'm trying not to take over this. So
no, you're good. You're good. This is what having a co-host is all about. whether it's a special guest co-host, whether it's Gabe, you know what I mean? Regardless, thank you guys all for being here, for sure. And let's get the show started the right way.
Yeah,
Let's hit.
this go. Hey, we're gonna try to get it in and not before 90 minutes is up. All right.
I know.
60
Let's
minutes,
go.
We're gonna try.
Hey everybody, welcome into the Gridiron Podcast Show. I am one of the co-hosts, Jersey the King. Gabe is not with us today. He is under the weather. He has the flu, so pray for him to get better very quickly. To my left, joining me today, the one and only A-Train Arlington Lane. You already know what it is. We are live on Fuel Sports Network on your Roku stick, Roku TV, Amazon Fire Stick, any Roku devices. You already know. We're here. We are here. First time the Gridiron's gone live on the network, so I'm very excited for that as well. And as you can see, we are all over the place. I mean, we're on several Facebook pages right now and back on YouTube. So it's going down today. Thank you all for being here. We got a great show for you today. A-Train's joining me. Like you said, he's the co-founder of Fuel. Go get that app right now. If you do not have it, go over to your local Roku TV or Roku stick and your Fire Sticks and download the app. As you can see right there, would look like. So, and that's on the phone.
Yeah, so, that's on the phone.
You know what I mean? We're on the go as well. Download the Roku app on your phone and log in, download the Fuel app, and you're ready to go. So
hello somebody.
That's all you gotta do. It's exciting news, man. The app officially launched
thank you
last
so
Monday. I'm so proud of you guys, man. I'm so proud of you and Dirty Man for the steps you guys are taking to get us to where we're at. And it's just huge. It's huge. It really is.
It's 5 years running, man. That's 5 years running.
And after 5 years, look where you guys have gotten. You got a TV app. You got a channel on the television. We can sit here right now. See that Roku stick? You see that Roku remote? Sit here right now and watch me on TV. It looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good. It really does. It really, really does. But thank you all for being here today. We're going to get this show started the right way. We got some, what's going on? Hyena's in the building. Sandy's in the building. Champ's in the building. Mike Tackett, welcome in. Mike says, what's up, fellas? I'm curious about UFL player allocation. If Kellen Mond comes to the UFL, for example, who decides where he goes? The best thing for the UFL doesn't have yet is a salary cap and waiver wire. Perhaps a combine and draft televised is coming time. Will do great things for the league. Oh yeah, most definitely. I can definitely agree with that. I think that's something you got to think that the UFL is looking forward to in the future, especially like a salary cap, waiver wire. You know what I mean? A-Train, how do you feel about a salary cap coming to spring football?
It's going to be needed if you want to bring talent over from other leagues. That includes the NFL too, right? You're going to lead. The biggest thing is going to be local ownership. That's going to be the key thing, so that way that it can be salary caps and whatnot. So, so we got to give us some time to make this thing work. And as soon as that can come alive, then salary caps and whatnot. I wouldn't bring a Kellen Mond over until something is established where, there's an opportunity for their local owners and I guess a good amount of money is being offered to some of these players.
Right.
And
Of
I
course.
understand a lot of them still want to play because they love the game. And a lot of people have been critical of the pay that they're going to receive. But if these guys are choosing that type of payment and they want to still play, then who am I to sit there and tell them, nah, dude, you shouldn't be playing for that?
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But like I said, we got a packed show for you guys. We're gonna try to get all of this
Let's
in
go.
within a
Let's
2 hour
go.
period.
We
We got some UFL news, we got some NFL free agency news, we got some fan mail, and we got a new topic of the week this week. And the topic of the week this week, I actually want to get into first because it's something that us spring football fans have spoken about when these leagues were separate, right? And the merchandise and the prices. Now, my question that I put out there this week was, did the UFL drop the ball with their merchandise and their merchandise prices? And I have got a few responses this week from the different groups that I posted in. And one of them was very interesting to me. Not even going to lie. Sandy said, yes, the prices are too high, which I agree. They're now when we had the XFL shop up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen the prices of those jerseys, and we looked at it damn near $200 for a XFL jersey. Is outrageous. Okay. When you look at the prices right now in the UFL shop, it's about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is one area that they dropped the ball on.
Okay.
Because when you bring out a spring league like this, your merchandise shouldn't be as high as NFL merchandise. Your prices should know. I don't care who you are partnered with to make your merchandise, whether it be Under Armour, it could be Nike. I don't care who it is. At the end of the day, your prices should not be where the NFL prices are, or even close to it, because you're a spring league. The fan base isn't as big as the NFL, so the merchandise isn't going to sell like that. You know what I mean? So why put those prices out there closer to NFL prices?
It's going to determine the quality of the caps, the shirts, hoodies, jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to depend on that. And if it's not good quality, of course, you're not going to return back to that store.
Exactly.
I know. I just seen a comment about Amanda said our fuel shirts aren't that high, and which is a fact. But at the same time, and good morning to you as well, Elizabeth. Also, like, you want to make sure you have good quality stuff. You know, our good friends that's partnering with us, Gateway City Sports, they have a merchandise store too, and they going for good quality. A lot of people are not happy with the pricing that it's on it. But when you have a quality-based product, you're going to want that at some point. So you don't want no cheap stuff, because you try to put the shirt on and the thing start ripping. That's going to be a problem.
Exactly.
And you pay good money for that. So we want to make sure that, and I think that's what the UFL is trying to do. And I'm going to actually play the defense of the UFL, is that here we are. We want to show you our quality product. It shouldn't. I get what you're saying, Kevin. The spring league jersey should not be double the cost of an NFL jersey. But if it's great quality, it's something that could wind up being nostalgic. I know it's a hard word to actually throw out right now, because a lot of people do believe that the league will not survive. But it's all depending on the fan and what they're thinking.
Okay.
Right. So at this rate right now, Jersey, paying for something like that, I get it. It's going to be mixed. Let's just be real. It's going to be mixed. People are going to buy it, say, hey, because I'm going to support it. And the others going to be real reluctant, saying, I don't want to pay for something that I can get somewhere else for wholesale or something like that, you know?
Right.
So a lot of people are going to feel that way.
And we got another comment from Los Mysterio. He says, "I think they definitely could have been more prepared and had different types of merch available for these diverse fan bases." And Vrig also says, "I think they will have more to show once the season starts. I don't think they dropped the ball per se, as we can still buy merch from the XFL shop, but they must be holding on to it until the season starts to boost sales at the stadiums. As far as pricing, that will always be a hot topic. Now, when it comes to the amount of merch that's on there, I feel that they did drop the ball.
Okay.
Because I feel you had time to take merchandise from the UFLs or the USFL store or USFL teams, I should say, and merch from the XFL teams and put them all on one website, on one merchandise website. You know what I mean? They've had plenty of time to do that. Mm-hmm. Knowing that they were going to merge, knowing that they were going to be making new uniforms, possibly, or rebranding the USFL uniforms with Under Armour. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Or however they were doing it. Mm-hmm. I feel that they had enough time to make the merchandise store really diverse, as Mysterio said, but also more merch available for all teams, because of course Birmingham has a lot of merch on there.
Correct.
But then when you look at other teams, there's not that much merch. There's not a lot of merch. You would think, like the DC Defenders, you would think there would be a lot of merch on there. You would think there'd be some beer snake shirts or something like that for the fans. There's none of that. You know what I mean? You'd think having a super fan like Ballhawk 1 always at these home games for the Battlehawks, there'd be some type of T-shirt with the animated or cartoon caricature of him on a shirt.
I don't know about
that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying something to that nature, but more merch should be available. And I think they did drop the ball when it comes to not having the merch available and charging yes, exactly, Mike, $175 for a game ball. Are you serious?
I'm a counter that. Go ahead.
I'm just saying that's a lot. You know what I mean? I really think that's a lot. And I'd rather hey, like DJ said, I'd rather spend money on fuel and Gridiron merch than them high prices. You know what I mean? But even still, I just feel that if you want people to attract to this merchandise and actually purchase this merchandise, make it affordable.
Understood.
You know what I mean? Make it affordable like your season tickets are affordable.
I would say to Mike's comment about the $175 for a game ball, XFL 2020, that game ball was $250.
That's ridiculous.
But wait, the reason I can attest to that, because a co-founder, Fuel Dirty, the other co-founder, his son won a prize through the XFL app. Because as a matter of fact, that's going to tie into what Javier is saying, why about no UFL app. He had the XFL app. They were doing a game, and he won his fantasy. It was like a fantasy game that he played. He got a high score, so he won a prize. The value of that ball was $250. Mm-hmm. And he won it, but he won it through the XFL shop. They gave him like a credit, and he could purchase whatever he wanted, like $250. And that ball was $250. So
that's crazy.
It's crazy, but the quality of that ball was different than the ball that they've had in these last couple of years. It was different. And right. So because of it, if you wanted it, it was going to be a special type of ball. So they scaled back a bit with that particular merchandise. But with other merchandise, they've gone up because of potential quality that's going to be in that merchandise. And I get it. It is outrageous what these prices are. But it seems like on the surface, the UFL shop is trying to get more merchandise that's more quality, because they're not expecting the quantity They want the quality.
Right.
Okay. And a lot of people are going to be like, well, that doesn't really make sense, but actually it does. They want to see how niche this thing really is when it comes to the shop. And so if they're finding quality merchandise and they're getting a set goal of what they want from it the next season, potentially, they will either bring it down or they'll stay steady. They won't raise it. They want to see what it looks like going into, because this is a whole brand new league. This is the UFL this time. This is not the XFL. Right. This is not the USFL.
But with the merch that they have up there, don't you think there could have been more for more teams? Don't you think there should have been more?
It could have been, but again, this is about a niche. They want to see what works now. Then if something is working along the way, then they can make changes and they can add more stuff. What happened to the $20 t-shirts? Listen,
$20 t-shirts.
This is one league now. This is one league now. You know,
it's true, but give me a t-shirt for $25. I'm cool with that. Not $35 for a t-shirt.
Again, it goes back to I told you I'm playing the defense of the UFL. This is all about the quality of the shirt. And they're not expecting a huge amount. And as you'd be like, well, now notice everything I'm saying is just opinion based. It's not facts. Yeah, a lot of people like the USFL store anyway. So
I did like their store personally, the way they had everything set up.
It's going to be interesting how well that the XFL teams do with their merch. That's what I'm going to want to see.
And what's crazy though, A-Train, what's actually crazy to me about it is when you look at the prices for the USFL store compared to the prices of the XFL store last season, the USFL had way cheaper prices and their merchandise was way more affordable. And for Daryl Johnson to turn around, for Moose to really turn around, and yep, that's another thing. There's no female merch. But for Moose to turn around and agree with raising the prices on merchandise, but keeping the ticket prices the same, to me, it just baffles me, because it's like your ticket prices, especially for like season ticket holders, it's reasonably priced, like literally reasonably priced. But when you go to this merchandise store and go to this site and you see the amount of a jersey, $175, $189.99, a football, $175, a hat, $40. You know what I mean? I just feel that Moose kind of dropped the ball with agreeing to these high prices in merchandise, but keeping ticket prices where they were. Practically dirt cheap. I just feel that, more could have been done with this merchandise store, and more should have been done with the merchandise store. We should have more available merchandise for youth, men, and women. Like with the USFL store last season, they had youth jerseys on top of men and women jerseys and, different clothing items. So why not have those available on the UFL site? You know what I mean? Jersey A-Train, I know Dirty said there's no expansion, but in 5 years, do you think the UFL will be adding a team or teams into the league, or what you guys think about it now?
I'm going on the same wavelength that I did before with him. I'm not going to speak about that because
I'm not worried about expansion.
I need at least 3 years of consistent football with the UFL. That means that determines ratings, that determines revenue, that determines their expenses. Right.
You know what I mean? The main thing is like you were saying, the revenue. If you're not making a return on your investment, you can't add more expenses. Adding more teams is like adding more to what you're investing in. But the thing is, you're putting in what you're investing in. By expanding teams, you're putting more in to what you're trying to invest in to get a huge return on to keep it going. So go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was reading the comment, but go ahead. I want you to continue your point.
Because if you look at it, we add two to four teams within the next 2 to 3 years. But we're not making enough revenue ticket sale wise. We're not making enough revenue merchandise sale wise. We're not making enough revenue in viewership. We're not making enough revenue in just as a whole, as a league in a whole, in general. If you're not making enough money back on what you invested in, there's no way it's going to survive from the get-go. But let's say it does survive 2 or 3 years, and then we try to expand, but it's barely hanging on. Trying to expand may not help it. But then again, trying to expand could, because it may get into we may get into markets that want a team, and we'll support that team, and we'll sell out the stadium, and we'll buy up all the merchandise. And then you'll see that trend start going throughout the league, because now there's going to be a competition within the fans. Oh, well, these two new expansion teams come in here and their attendance sales are through the roof. They're selling out every game. You know what I mean? Their merchandise sales are through the roof, and they just came. Okay, well, Defender Nation, stand up. Battlehawk Nation, stand up. You know, all these other teams are going to start following suit, and then, you know, that could pick up traction. But it just depends on how these first 3 years go. And we have to make it to season 2. And then from season 2, make it to season 3. So it just depends on, you know what I mean?
It's really like you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
Year.
Mike says, I hope A-Train is correct and that this isn't just another money grab. Spring football in the USA is living on borrowed time. They can either turn things around for a long-term sustained league, or it'll be the last limited time only league we'll see for a long time, if not ever. Because I keep saying it, if spring football dies again, we may not ever get it back in the United States. And that's just reality, guys. If spring football dies again, we may not ever get it back.
Like, I'm just was wondering, man, how did the USFL was able to get 3 seasons off in the 80s. I understand greed was a big part of that, because they were paying millions of dollars to most of these players, right? And greed like really settled in. I'm not going to mention any names within it, but I'm just going to say that a lot of greed kicked in, and they were trying to compete against the NFL instead of sticking with the plan.
Right.
I think the USFL could have sustained longer than it did then. Would let everybody know that professional spring football does have a viable market.
Mm-hmm.
So they kept trying, you know, later on, you know, getting the more modern games. The USFL was tried prior to 2022. So you would think now they won't be penny pinchers with this, and they'll actually invest. And that's what's going to be the big thing, is investor money. Investor money and the potential for local ownership. But they want to see that a good product is out on the field before they decide to do anything of that sort.
Exactly. But I think, you know, the whole competition with the USFL in the 80s ultimately, as we know, became their downfall. And like you were just saying, if they would have basically, we just put it in these terms, if they would have stayed in their lane, they probably would have lasted as a viable spring football league. It probably would have never folded.
We would have never got the XFL.
Right.
Never.
You would have seen. We probably would have never got any other spring football league. We probably
Exactly.
never would have got the original incarnation or the original version
XFL.
of the UFL. We would have never got the XFL. We would have never got the AAF. We would have never got any of these. We probably would have got the indoor football league or the arena football league still, but all these other spring football leagues or alternative football leagues, we probably never would have gotten if the USFL would have just stayed in their lane and just did what was making them go. You had players coming from your league going to the NFL and becoming stars.
And the
Reggie
problem
White,
was, the
Kelly,
problem was
Doug
that
Flutie.
the attendances were bad. That was the biggest issue with the USFL and the ratings. But they didn't stick within the plans.
Exactly.
They didn't stick within the plans, even though that the attendance was bad and they were moving teams from spot to spot. They did not stay within the plan. They just was looking for another buck to go.
Right.
And that's where the the faults and stuff kicked in, and people were blaming each other and wanting to fight and whatnot. They didn't stay within the plan.
And if they would have did that,
there's going to be bigger money down the line. As a matter of fact, the Dixon plan was for the first few years to not make money. But people don't have patience for not making money.
Exactly.
So they was trying to find ways to overcome those. And nobody wanted to stick to the plan.
Yep. Now, if you don't know already, make sure you go and stop by your local Roku TV app shop, your Roku Stick app shop,
the local ones,
your Fire Stick app shop, and I believe it might be on Amazon TV if you have it and you're able to download apps. But go and get the Fuel Sports Network app now. We are live on your TVs now, ladies and gentlemen.
And thankful to the rating that gave us 5 out of 5.
Y'all see that? Also,
thank you to the
all of you who are interested in helping me and my other Vegas UFL franchise fans. I have a petition. Scan that QR code right there. Let me go ahead and remove this real quick. Scan that QR code, and you can go and sign that petition to help bring back a Vegas franchise, whether it be the Vipers, the Outlaws, or even the Gamblers. Doesn't matter to me. We want spring football in Vegas. So make sure you guys go and scan that QR code and definitely, help me. We're almost at 100 signatures. We're trying to reach 1,000 or more for sure. So make sure you guys go and, because you see what Houston was able to do by keeping the Roughnecks franchise in Houston. Their petition hit 1,000 signatures or more, and the UFL heard. So let's bring Vegas back with a franchise. Hopefully, let's bring the Gamblers name. I'm okay with bringing the Gamblers name to Vegas because it fits.
Right. It totally fits.
You know what I mean? It makes more logical sense. And, I just think that it fits better. Mike says, I think the USFL was successful because it had the capital to go after top NFL and college players. They weren't settling for a tier 2 league at the beginning. The environment was more exciting and the talent was there too. Unfortunately, as Arlington said, greed got in the way, and every spring league since has crumbled. And it sucks, it really does. Sip your tea.
What's wrong with your boy here?
Sip your tea. Yes, if you got Fire TV and you can download the app, definitely download the Fuel Sports Network app on your Fire TV. IFA is coming to Vegas. What's going on, Michael? How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, I saw that.
IFA is coming to Vegas. I seen that as well.
I seen it. Hey, real quick. I'm trying not to get on a tangent. Hello?
Hello?
Hello. I think he don't even realize he was on.
I don't know.
Anywho, with that whole thing with Vegas was the fact that they were going to be showing the games locally. Now, people will sit back and like that don't mean a bunch of squad. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
When you can have a squad that can show the games just locally. I don't think that's ever been done in a professional 11-on-11 football league. Now you say, well, they show the games on Fox, they show the games on CBS and NBC. Yes, those are local games, but those are regional and national games. Like, for instance, Jersey and Vegas cannot watch the Raiders by themselves in Vegas. They have to share with the entire country when they're on. With this league, with the IFA, this Vegas team is only going to be shown in Vegas. There's like, well, why just that? That's not done. That's usually not done. But for them to get that type of TV contract, it's pretty precedented all by itself.
On top of that, do you guys realize how big Las Vegas is? Las Vegas is huge. So to get that exposure just in Las Vegas, there's a lot of eyes that's going to be on that.
What do you want? Why are you here?
First of all, there ain't no need for you to get angry. So just relax there, Slick. This ain't your show.
In here.
You're just helping Jersey because Gabe is sick. There's no point for you to get angry. I'm just calling to congratulate Jersey on his first show on the Fuel Sports Network. That's all I'm doing. And then you got to go and get angry, bro. I love you, pal. You're a beautiful, beautiful man. And I love you, Arlington. I love you, A-Train.
Go away.
Jersey, congratulations. Welcome aboard the Fuel Sports Network. We appreciate you. We love you, brother. Since Arlington wants me to leave, I'll leave. Kick me out, Arlington. I love you, pal.
Go away.
No, really, I'm
he irks when he does it, and he's doing this on purpose because he know, hey, there's not a bigger troll that's on this network other than that guy, the co-founder of Fuel.
I think Hit's a close second.
Somebody's bigger than you, dude. Somebody's bigger than you, man. I'm sorry. He said there's a lot wrong with me, A-Train, but I troll like a man. No, you don't. You don't know a master troll like Dirty, the co-founder of Fuel. You don't know what you in for. You think you can get into this? No, sir. He knows it. I know it. That's why he laughed.
Compared Dirty to P. Diddy. He's always in all the videos. You know what I mean? Like that's his troll level hit. Like that's his troll level.
I'm sorry,
Look
dude.
at him. Look at him. He's ridiculous.
The troll level is beyond what you've ever dreamed of.
If you see what he's doing backstage right now, oh my goodness.
Something's completely wrong with this.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, man, I'm very, very happy. And I wish Gabe was here today for the show, but he will be back more than likely next week. Of course, next week for our second show that'll be on the Fuel Sports.
You got to get him on, right? You got to get him on the network.
And of course, hopefully soon, the Renegade Show will be coming soon to the Fuel Sports Network, as well as Gridiron Nation podcast. So we got a lineup, y'all. Now, Renegade Show is going to be lit. But let's get into some news now.
Yes, sir.
We've talked about how they dropped the ball with the merchandise store, or how they may not have dropped the ball and may just be going with the flow of things right now. And, you know, like I said, there was a few more comments. They were pretty much the same as what I was saying or what you were saying. So, you know, some people were agreeing that they did drop the ball. Some people were agreeing that they didn't, or it's too early to tell. You know, we got to wait till we get, you know, into the season. So we'll get more in on that topic later on this season for the UFL. Kickoff is 28 days away?
Yes. So, oh my goodness.
28 days, y'all. 28 days. And like I said, man, it feels good to be live on your TV right now. Live on your TV. Go get that Fuel Sports Network app. But the latest news in the UFL currently, There is a full-on training camp going on now. Like there's literally full-on training camp. There's no more extra curricular, nothing. We are strictly practicing and getting ready for the season. Teams are out there putting in that work. You know, we've gotten a lot of social media marketing for it, pictures, video clips, you know, the whole nine. Onboarding these guys coming in, working on their playbooks, you know what I mean? The whole nine. So we're in full effect. You know, there's been some more transactions that happen. If you haven't seen them, please go and check all of the Fuel Network pages. You know, all of us, we're constantly posting the different transactions that have been happening, all the different news. You know, go and check with the insiders, of course, that you guys follow. But there's a lot of news out there right now about players, and like Kellen Mond is one of the names that have come up, you know, and now the mentioning of salary cap in spring football, waiver wire and spring football, you know, big names are starting to come. You know, I really thought when Chad Ochocinco was talking about joining the UFL, I'm not even gonna lie, I really thought he was serious. And the reason why I say that is because the eyes that he will attract alone, just him alone, the eyes that he will attract to the UFL, just to see if he still has it. You know what I mean?
Yes, I get it. But at the same time, man, it's like Chad has had a spectacular career. Why diminish it by going to the UFL? You know what I mean? And Shannon was right all along. And we should have asked Coach DiFilippo when we did the Bottom Line show. You catch on Monday nights. We asked him if Chad was an option. I don't remember if we did ask him about Chad Johnson, but I was like, hey, it would have been interesting to see if he, really was serious about it. But I didn't think he was, man. Like, I know he got that relationship with DiFilippo and whatever, man. And DiFilippo was reaching out to him saying, come on through, but nah, that's not for him. I'm going to go on a limb and say no to that question. Did you
I don't think so either.
No, he's done.
I don't think
spring football.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be back in spring. The Amazing World of Gumball League.
No, you can do whatever you want, sir. You can talk about you won't watch, and you can throw something better than spring league. That don't bother.
It doesn't because guess who's gonna watch the UFL?
That same person.
This guy.
That
guy. Gonna do it. All of you that are watching right now, all of you that are gonna watch this episode after it aired, guess what you're going to be doing this summer and spring? Watching the UFL, and then coming back and watching Fuel Sports Network to watch all the different podcast shows that talk about the UFL and what went on and all our different views, because we all have different views. So it's going to be epic this season with what we're doing and what Fuel has just did by launching a TV app. I'm just saying.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Hey.
We got a super fan, Mrs. Predator in the building.
Hi guys, how's it going?
What's going on? H-Town in the building.
H-Town, baby. Always a roughneck running around. Y'all never know where we pop up.
Exactly. What's going on?
Guess what we did today?
What did you do?
So Fuel, the Fan United Experience Legion, had held an event in January to sideline domestic violence. And it benefited the Houston Area Women's Center, better known as HAWC, HAWC. Okay. So what we did was we created an event that was for women, by women, to help women. And during that event, we were able to raise over $2,000.
Right.
And so as you see, I got Mr. Predator. I've got Rig Rocker. We all just got finished. I don't know if y'all can see behind me, but that whole facility right here, it doesn't look very nice on the outside purposefully. They've got it very, very secure. When I tell you that you can't get in unless they let you in, I mean it. These women are safe. And our $2,000 donation was done through Fuel and was sponsored with the Houston Area Women's Center. We were able to include R&R Sports Bar, which is a women-owned business. We were able to get wonderful donations by people such as Oakley, people such as Houston Dodge Area Ram Club, the Houston chapter. We were able to, I personally made donations for auction bidding. We did a 50-50 raffle, and as a result, Brahma Babe was there. We had Dirty there. We had SAJ there. We had, I mean, there was a plethora of people. Rig Rocker was there, right? So we did this to show you guys, to show the UFL that the fans are here. Houston is number one, and Fuel is ready to go. We're going to be able to do these events in various cities and hopefully get all of the super fans together and let everyone know that we're here to have fun. We're here to help our communities, and we're here to make just everything a little bit better once in a blue moon, you know?
That's what I'm talking about. That is awesome to hear. That is definitely awesome to hear. You guys deserve a round of applause. Definitely a round of applause. That is awesome to hear. So if you guys heard it first here. They just went and presented did you guys actually go and present the check today?
We were able to go inside and present the check.
Pictures and videos to come.
Yeah, took a couple of media shots. They were very, very helpful and accommodating for that. And we're looking forward to spreading the word and spreading the pictures and the video all over the podcast, all over social media. #Hawk, HAWC. And if you'd like to donate, they accept monetary donations as well as women's clothing, all kinds of shelter items, laundry detergent, undergarments are especially needed for women. We do have some women here that are mothers. So, toys, kids, gently used items. We'll take everything. Please, please, please come and donate. #Hawk. Spread the word. Let them know that UFL, Fuel, and the Houston Roughnecks, our chapter, is representing, baby.
Let's go. That's awesome to hear. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. There you guys have it. Those are 3 super fans representing the Houston Roughnecks right there. And alone, look what they're doing. You guys seen what B-Hawk Live, X-Fan Show, and the fans down in St. Louis with Ball Hawk One and all them did with their charities. The UFL, we got a lot going on, man. And as you see right down there in Houston, they're representing H-Town. Stand up, throw them H's up. We'll definitely good luck to the Roughnecks this season in the UFL.
H is up, baby. We'll see you in the championship. Yeah, let's go.
Well,
Thank y'all so much.
There's a lot of Arlington and Birmingham fans and Memphis fans that are trying to say that they'll be there in that championship. So we'll definitely see. It's going to be a great season for sure. What's going on?
Right here, baby. Right here.
Speaking of Texas in the building, we got Mamacita in the building right here joining.
Hey, Mamacita!
So you guys go and check out the Houston Area Women's
Center. Hawk, HAWC, #Hawk.
And make sure you guys, if you want to make any type of donations, you can go to their website, get any information, reach out to Mr. and Mrs. Predator, reach out to Rig Rocker. They'll get you even more information that you need and go from there, man. Definitely keep supporting. And thank you guys for doing what you're doing out there in the Houston area and showing the love that you do for Fuel and the United Legion.
Big thanks to Fuel. Great job, Fuel. Houston chapter really showed up.
Thank you for the time, Jersey.
Thank you so much. Y'all are amazing.
Thank you for being here.
Have a great day.
Have a good one. Let's go. That's how you do that. Look, and we got our Brahma fans.
Amazing, man.
Look, we got our Brahma fans in the building. Everybody's representing. Look, everybody in here has a team. Whether they're a viewer watching, whether it's one of us, everybody has a team. So, rep your team. And like Dirty says here, way to go, Fuel team. I'm very, very proud to be a part of this Fuel team, man. And You know, that's a lot of what's going on in the UFL right now too. Behind the scenes, you know, a lot of people don't realize it, but us fans are doing so much for this league with these different podcast shows. You know what I mean? Just spreading the word to people who aren't fans of spring football. Better yet, not fans of, you know, the UFL per se.
Right.
There's a lot of people out there who are going to look at us as a minor league when we're actually a professional football league, not a semi-pro, not a minor league, a professional football league. You know what I mean? Definitely, you can always promote for free. Champ, you tell them you could promote for free. You know what I mean? Spreading the word about the UFL is only going to help us grow. It's only going to help the UFL last. So make sure you guys go out there and just keep representing your teams. Rock your gear if you want to spend that money, you know, to buy the merch and be able to represent your team. You know what I mean? Definitely. You see, I'm always rocking a Vegas Vipers hat or my Vegas Vipers shirt. I'm always doing it out here. And everybody's like, who the hell's Vegas Vipers? And I'm like,
that's one of the best teams in the UFL. That's all.
Are you serious?
That's how I would tell people.
The XFL team. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, the Rocks League. And I'm like, if you want to call it the Rocks League, but yeah. You know what I mean? So
that's how people took it, man. But see, and that was the thing.
They definitely did.
That's how they took it. Yeah, training camp is, like you said, is going down right now. And a lot of players are trying to fight for spots and whatnot. And I was seeing something on social media a little while ago from Destroying. And I'm hoping and praying that everything that he did was just light. He was being light of the situation. Mm-hmm. And knowing how Destroying is, I don't think he has a diva mentality. It's just that the way that it was worded just seemed out of context. And you got to be careful these days when you're doing stuff like that. What's going on, Rig?
What's going on, Rig?
You got to be very careful because the guy that he's competing against or sharing his locker with has had NFL experience. Mm-hmm. So
don't go in there too cocky.
Got to be more careful. Just got to be more careful.
If you are in the Houston, Arlington, San Antonio area, get in touch with Miss Jackie Martinez, aka 210 Brahmasita from the Horns Forward family. As you see, they're currently setting up charter buses for Arlington and Houston home games. So get in contact with them if you're in the San Antonio area, and the Horns Forward team will get you guys set up, specifically Miss Brahmasita herself. So make sure you guys go and get in contact with her if you were in the San Antonio area trying to get to the Houston and Arlington home games.
I was DJP. I was talking about that tape that he gave. He says at the bottom.
Oh, so, yeah. Okay, yeah. He said it takes a village to raise our child, aka the UFL. It does. It takes all of us, man. Yeah, that locker room take, that sharing the locker take, yeah, definitely. Scott asked, welcome in, Scott. Thank you for tuning in. What stadium is the IFA Vegas team playing at?
Good question.
Not sure yet. More than likely, it's not going to be Allegiant. So you're going to be looking at probably the Dollar Loan Center Arena. It's an indoor football league.
Samboy Stadium is complete. So
yeah, Samboy Stadium's getting tore down so they can open up the residential area that's behind and in front of Samboy. Basically, Samboy blocks residential area from you being able to get back and forth to it without having to go all the way around and all that other good stuff. So Samboy is getting the boot completely out of the city. That's why the Vegas Vipers team wasn't able to play there, because if that was still available, the Vegas Vipers team would have been playing there. So there you have that. More than likely, they're going to be at the Dollar Loan Center, unless Las Vegas Ballpark becomes available for them. Not sure. Do you think the UFL will pivot and change back to the XFL kickoff if the NFL votes to change that style? I think so. Yes, I definitely do. That was one of the things I was actually going to be talking about here in just a second. So that's perfect. I really actually was going to talk about how the NFL is possibly considering the XFL style kickoff and what that could do for the UFL. Now, if the XF or if the NFL does decide to use that XFL style kickoff, do you think, especially if it's before the UFL season starts, do you think they'll revert immediately, or do you think they'll play out this first season?
That's hard to do that because you gearing everybody for the UFL rules. So if you switch it up in the middle of the season, it's going to throw people off.
No, not in the middle of the season. If the NFL decides on utilizing the XFL style kickoff and changing to the XFL style kickoff before the UFL season starts, do you think the UFL will revert back to the XFL style kickoff, or will they play out the season and then possibly change it next season?
They'll go back to the original rules that they use right now going to the season, and then next year they'll probably use it.
Okay. Now, how do you feel about the NFL possibly choosing to use the XFL style kickoff?
I know Sam Schwartzstein is like the happiest man on the planet right now. That part. So when he's sitting there saying, hey, it's about time that y'all decided y'all wanted to use this.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nothing really, as much as our good friend, co-founder Dirty says he was a big fan of the USFL and how much it was better by, kicking off from the 25. There was nothing wrong with the XFL rule. Was you standing there and you're waiting until the ball is touched. It still can. And I know what we had probably one kickoff that was maybe two kickoffs that was taken back for touchdowns.
Two.
Okay, fine, man. Listen, but it was a safer way to make it work.
Yep.
You couldn't move until the ball was touched.
And it guaranteed a returner at least 10, 15 yards on a return, every return. You know what I mean? They were at least getting 10, 15 yards on a return. So they had a chance to make something happen every time they returned that kick. So I think the XFL style that they came out with for the kickoffs, not only is it much safer, but it's much more exciting, not only for the fans, but for the players. The players actually get to stand back there and return the ball instead of standing there and just watching it go over their head, you know what I mean, into the end zone.
And what's funny is you have to, with that kickoff, the receiving team has to wait until the kicking team moves. Mm-hmm. So that is like almost like an element of surprise because you can't turn your back to see where the ball is going. You can only depend on that the guy touches it. You know what I mean? And someone that's being touched. Then the receiving team, then the kicking team is the ones that's going to take off first.
Mm-hmm.
So it leaves like a little bit of element of surprise.
Yep.
You have
and
to
it makes it a little harder for the return team. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
Just a small bit because they have to, wait until they see that kicking team take off. You know what I mean? Because like you said, they can't turn around and check to see if their teammate caught the ball or not. So they literally have to wait. Or if they hear the ball, hit his pads when he does catch it, then cool. But it just gives that split second advantage to the kicking team to get down there and make a play. But if those return players, that return team has a good front, it really may not even matter. But it just makes for a more exciting kickoff, in my opinion. A more exciting kickoff, especially with the rules of kicking it out of bounds or the touchback. You know what I mean? It basically takes the touchback out, which I think should be negated from football anyways. What's the point of the touchback? If you know the kicker's going to kick the ball into the end zone, you might as well just give them the ball at the 25.
I don't have a problem with them starting at the 25 and doing the XFL kickoff.
That as well.
Not a problem. That way it ensures that unless you got a 70-yard boot, That is going to ensure that it won't be a touchback.
Exactly. So I'm fine with them having them kick off from the 25 as well. And on top of that, I just think that the XFL style, like I keep saying, it's more exciting for fans. You know what I mean? I think even NFL fans would like it because of the way it's set up.
Hey, Ball Hawk is in the house.
What's going on, brother? Welcome in. There he is, super fan for the St. Louis Battlehawks. Ball Hawk 1 got him a new jersey to rep this season. It's going down. I can't wait. And if you guys notice, I think the XFL actually set a standard for super fans. You know what I mean? Putting you guys on the tickets and all that good stuff. Yeah, I think you guys set a standard. They set a standard for that, and I think the UFL is going to keep feeding off of that. So I can't wait to see you guys on TV, man. It's going to be so cool to see Rig Rocker, Predator Couple, you know, the Banditos, and everybody that's going to be, you know, Ball Hawk 1 and everybody that's going to be showcased as super fans in this league, man. It's going to be so awesome to see. Odin, welcome in, brother. The NFL needs to change their kickoffs, either the XFL or the USFL style kickoff, because as of now, virtually every NFL kickoff goes through the end zone and isn't returnable. It's a pointless play at this point in the NFL, and it really is. It definitely really
it's
is.
removing all of the excitement, man. Like, we don't get to see. Didn't Devin Hester just get into the Hall of Fame?
Yep.
And that's what I'm saying, man. You virtually just removed that. Like,
hey, mama.
Hey,
mama, how are you? Yeah, it's pointless. You've just taken away the returner. Like, that position is no longer needed in the NFL, except for punts.
Not okay.
Kick returns is pointless. You know what I mean? It's completely pointless in the NFL. Ballhawk says he will see you all in St. Louis March 14th. Okay, getting an early start.
St. Louis. That's a good day in St. Louis. Yeah.
314 day.
That's right. That's exactly what it is.
You guys aren't familiar with it. I know a lot about, you know, the little St. Louis tradition. I lived in Nebraska, so I had a lot of people from KC Mo, KCK, as well as the Lou and, you know, Jefferson City and all that. Yeah. You know, I know a few people around.
There you go, Jersey.
314 Day is a big celebration out there in St. Louis, man. So definitely, if you're in the St. Louis area around March 14th, go check out 314 Day and go celebrate, man. It's a lot of fun. It actually is. It's a lot of fun. But the UFL, like I said, training camp is on and popping. Scott says, I'd also like to see the NFL use the 4th and 12 or 4th and 15 instead of onside kicks that never work. I would be okay with the option.
Yes.
I'd be okay if the NFL adopted the option method. Hey, if you want to go for an onside kick, you can, or you can kick the ball off if you want regularly, or you can go for 4th and 15. Because I think it would be better for the NFL if they do 4th and 15. You know what I mean? From 25. And give them that option. I'd even like to see the NFL add in the 3-point conversion.
Listen. You big and bold. Can you see Patrick Mahomes at the 10-yard line trying to get a 3-point score? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. That it would be so much more exciting.
But let's stop. Listen, I don't want it, because here's the thing. Let's say the NFL does design, adopt all these rules. Okay, it's going to take the fun and the niche away from spring football, in my opinion. Because I get it that you want the leagues to be the same of sorts. You want them to have similar opportunities. But at the same time, you got to have options that's different, that differentiate from the NFL. It's something totally different. It's something that you play in the spring. I know we won't play it too much in the fall, but you want something different.
But
Like,
question: what if the NFL adopting some of these rules brings more fans from the NFL to the UFL?
you know what? That's another way to look at it. But I guess I was just looking at it, dare to be different,
No, I
and
get that. That should
yeah,
be the UFL's motto. You know, we dare to be different. You know what I mean? That should be Spring League's motto. That should be a way Spring League is just taken. Like, we're gonna be different. We're gonna take what the XFL's envision of innovation was back in the day, and put it to the times we're in now. You know what I mean? And just change up how football is played a little bit. Like somebody mentioned earlier, how they got American football in Germany on ice. It's crazy. Me and my wife was just looking at it the other day. Like, they really got American ice football, a whole league out there, and it's pretty cool just to watch it. But it's just, you see what different innovations can be made with the game of football. You know what I mean? So I just think that either way, I can look at it from the way that you're looking at it. That takes away the difference between spring football and the NFL. You know what I mean? And it takes away that uniqueness that it would give the UFL. But I'm also looking at it from the point of maybe this will help drive more fans who are just strictly NFL fanboys, as me and Gabe call them. But NFL's king. I only watch the NFL. Any other football aside from college is not real football to them. You know what I mean? No matter who's in the league, stuff like that. Like, you'll get those fans to start watching the UFL and watching spring football. And like, oh, so this kickoff style came from here? Oh, this 4th and 15 rule came from here? Oh, well, what are y'all doing differently?
the No Fun League don't do much, nothing, right?
You know what I mean? And then they're like, okay, this is professional football. Y'all just a different league. Yeah, that's what we've been trying to tell everybody.
I just hate that they will take the credit for it, saying, "Hey, we're innovating these rules into the NFL and stuff." I'm like, wait, no.
Exactly.
Can you imagine the Dallas Cowboys going for 3 points after scoring the touchdown? Dak Prescott on the 10-yard line trying to get a score, to say we're going up 9 instead of going up just 6.
Exactly.
Or 7.
And it makes the game more intriguing. It makes the game more exciting. It makes the endings of these games more. It gives more excitement to the endings of these games. Right. Because, like, one thing that the XFL talked about a lot last season or promoted during their broadcast was the game's never over, even if you're up by 9.
Right.
You know what I mean? The game's still not over if you're up by 9. It's not a 2-score game anymore. It's still a 1-score game because you can go down the field, score a touchdown, and then turn around and score a 3-point conversion and tie the game at 9. Anything over, if it's over 10 points, or if it's 10 points or over, then we're looking at a 2-score game. You know what I mean? But it just gives more excitement to it, man. And I feel that if they were to innovate some of these rules or integrate some of these rules over into the NFL, with the UFL coming out the way that it did, with the announcements on Fox, the announcements on NASCAR, you know what I mean, the announcements on College Game Day and all that good stuff, they won't be able to take credit for these rule changes in the NFL. They would have to acknowledge that the XFL and the USFL, were the innovators, or the XFL, I should say, were the innovators of these rule changes in the game of football. You know what I mean? Sabrina says, if I wanted to watch NFL style football, I can do that. The UFL merge is more NFL-ish. Imagine them adopting the kickoff we don't even do anymore. That is true. That would be kind of, weird. And I think that's one thing I think that Moose messed up with. I think Moose should have said no, we're going to stick with the XFL style kickoff. I think that would have been more appealing for a lot of us fans, and it would have separated us from the NFL. Going back to the NFL style kickoff is just dumb, in my opinion. And I don't believe that, going back to that NFL style kickoff is smart for the UFL. Going to your point, Sabrina, because it's not. It makes the UFL kind of NFL-ish. And I get what you mean when you say that. You know what I mean? It's just like watching another NFL type of game, just with a couple different rule changes. And I get where you're coming from on that. Scott says true, Arlington, but it also shows how innovative the UFL, aka XFL, USFL, were, that the NFL is adopting some of their rules. The Rock and Danny preach about growing the game and being cutting edge and innovative, and they were. But that wasn't even from The Rock and Danny. That was from Vince McMahon, believe it or not. Vince McMahon started that back in 2001 with the original iteration of the XFL. It was all about changing the game of football and being innovative and being, what is that, cutting edge. Like, that was literally, like, that's the funny thing. And then a lot of people brought this up when The Rock announced that he was going to go into business with his ex-wife and purchase the XFL. A lot of people started seeing what he was saying. Oh, you're biting off of Vince McMahon. He basically was. You were repeating what Vince McMahon was saying when he first launched the XFL. We're going to be cutting edge and innovative. We're going to change the game of football. That's when you got the Sky Cams. That's where Sky Cams came from. The XFL back in 2001. Literally. And a lot of people don't know that, especially the younger generation. You guys don't actually know that. You guys think that the XFL came out in 2020. No, that thing came out in 2001. 2001. Vince McMahon launched the XFL.
Dude, I still remember the day he came out on Samboy Stadium, walked out there.
Home game, the Outlaws.
When they were the Las Vegas Outlaws.
Yep, had the cheerleaders out there looking like the wrestling girls on wrestling, half dressed. You know what I mean? It was more of a gimmick back then for him than it really was about football. But the changes that the XFL had to some of their rules, like one thing that was probably one of the most dangerous things was that scramble. Instead of doing a kickoff, they had a scramble where they had the ball sit in midfield and two players would just charge at each other and die for the ball. And these dudes are slamming their heads into each other. You know what I mean? So yeah, that wasn't the smartest thing in the world, but it was something different.
But they were trying to be cutting. They were kind of be cutting edge. They were trying to show, hey, this is not the same type of football that you see in the fall.
These are some good questions you got here today, Scott. Will the UFL footballs have the chips in them to determine ball placement for first downs like the USFL?
I think they should.
I think they will. I think they should, and they will. Most definitely. We got about 40 minutes left in the show. 30 minutes left in the show. 40, yeah, about 30, 40 minutes left in the show. Let's see
what we can do with the rest of the show.
Well, I do want to talk a little bit about NFL free agency. Just a little bit about some NFL free agency, and then we can definitely end the show on fan mail, because I got some fan mail questions from Hit, and I'm not going to ask all the questions, only because two of the off-topic questions one of the off-topic questions I want to save for Gabe.
Okay.
So I'm going to just ask three of his questions, and then we'll end the show. But I do want to get into the NFL and the free agency in NFL, and I want to hear from you guys in the chat who are watching, all you viewers, and I want to know who you guys think are some of the hottest names out there in NFL free agency. I want to know, who do you think has their hooks, as you want to call them, in Saquon Barkley? Is it the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh my gosh, just the running backs.
Or
Come on, man.
is it the Houston Texans, as well as Derrick Henry? Is Derrick Henry going to go to Washington, Dallas, Houston, or another team? A-Train. Just those two names alone. Well, yeah, just those two names alone. Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. Two of the biggest names in free agency right now.
Listen, man.
Where do you think they're going?
Houston is in a crapshoot. Not, like they could go all in for somebody. But yeah, let's see what Sabrina's comment about Vince.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what that. Yeah, definitely. Vince brought the flash and the graphics and the more eye-appealing style to football, but those high-tech things that the XFL had, like the speed tracking and all the innovative things with their healthcare and everything, Vince wasn't trying to do that. XFL 2020 and 2023 leveled up. Yeah, you're right. But when the XFL 2020 came back out, that's when Vince took a step back from the gimmick and made it more about football. And that's when he was part of that change in safety for the players, and health care and all that good stuff. So
I think that was cool too.
I want to see the Memphis Maniac play the
like
San
one of the
Francisco.
highest attended teams in the XFL, them in Los Angeles.
Yeah, and I think that's a team that they could bring back, the San Francisco Demons. I think that's a team that they actually could bring back. I'm so upset that we didn't get 10 teams to start the league when I think we were capable of doing that. You know what I mean?
It just makes sense right now.
It does. It does. But I'm just saying we could have had 10 teams. We could have had like Seattle. We could have had, you know what I mean? If they would have worked out a deal with Las Vegas Ballpark, we could have got the Las Vegas Ballpark ready for the Vipers, or even changed their name to the Gamblers because
right, because the Gamblers are gone, right?
The Gamblers are gone, so you slide that name over to Vegas, who don't have viper snakes in Las Vegas at all. I looked it up. I've searched the damn desert. Okay, there are no viper snakes in the city of Las Vegas.
Listen, it was just a cool name, man. Like you can't be mad about that,
from an area that possibly may have vipers. I'm not sure if
it was a cool thing, man.
It did look good. It went with the V for Vegas Vipers. Had the two V's. Cool little.
Hey, the logo they put together was amazing, man. I loved it.
Logo, No, my logo for the Fan Gang Nation show that Michael Lathrop made me was better than the Fan Gang or the actual Vegas Vipers.
Shout out to Michael Lathrop, man.
Yeah. Hey, Lathrop, my guy. They need to come holler at you.
The CMO of Fuel, folks. That's what.
You know what I mean? They need to come holler at you, man. They definitely do.
I seen somebody put out there.
Says,
yeah,
Henry is coming to my Buffalo Bills. That's a possibility.
A good place for him.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I know you guys are trying to transition to NFL talk, but they have to bring some of these teams back that they cut. And I believe they will.
Determined to y'all, though. That's determined to us, the fans. That determines us.
Exactly. If we don't support this league and help this league get to where we want it to be and where the owners want it to be, guess what? It's not going to get there. It all depends on us. And I know it sucks and it sounds messed up, but that's what spring football success has come to. Us as the fans supporting it, watching on TV if we can't make it to these games. If we can make it to these games, buying tickets, buying merchandise, going in and actually buying drinks and food and snacks from these concession stands. You know what I mean? Watching on television. That's what's going to determine whether or not. This man said, I only support divorce court. I hate you, Hit, but I love you. I can't. DJP says, yeah, you do have Vipers. They're in Nevada. Yeah, maybe up in Nevada somewhere else. But when it comes to Las Vegas,
Reno,
I ain't
maybe
seen no damn Reno, possibly
Reno.
up
Yeah.
there where it's more mountainy and all that. Not out here in the valley, bro. No, sir. I can tell you. I've lived in Vegas for over 15 years, brother. I may be from New Jersey, but I know a lot about Las Vegas. All right. Trust and believe that.
Like,
We ain't got no damn vipers in Las Vegas.
but they do have a lot of money out there. Yes.
Exactly. We do have a lot of gambling out here as well. So, yes, like my man Riggs says right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring that one up. Make sure to sign that petition to bring back a Vegas team. If you need to, here is the QR code right here. Go sign the petition. Scan the QR code. Sign that petition. Make sure you go ahead and get. Look, we got everything in the way of the damn QR code, don't we? Make sure you scan that QR code. Sign the petition to help bring back a Vegas franchise for the UFL. We get us up there to 1,000 signatures or more. We'll be making noise like the Houston Roughnecks did in support of their team. And you see what they're out there doing. Also, go and check out Hawk, Houston area Women's Center. Donate to them as well. If you need more information, get in contact with Rig Rocker, Mr. and Mrs. Predator, and anyone else in the Houston area that has information on that. Now, back to our NFL news. Now, right now, two of the biggest names in NFL free agency are Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley. They're at the running back position. But there's also some wide receivers like Darnell Mooney over there in Chicago. Do you think Darnell Mooney's going to want to leave if they get rid of Justin Fields and draft Caleb Williams, though?
I'm going where you're going, baby. I'm not going. I'm staying here.
Or do you think Darnell Mooney wants to play with Justin
Fields? Wherever
Fields?
Justin Fields going, man, just as a form of protest. I can see that happening, man. Like, listen, hey, if he going to Atlanta, I'm going to Atlanta.
You feel me? What do you think? What do you think Dallas is going to do?
Oh Lord, if they don't get somebody, like, can you imagine Saquon? Can you imagine Saquon in a Dallas uniform?
And we get rid of because I think we're going to allow TP to leave. I think we're going to allow Tony Pollard to walk. But then you allow Tony Pollard to walk, right? You bring in somebody by like Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley. We can still get rid of Rico Dowdle because we got Deuce Vaughn.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce Vaughn's like our specialty back. You know what I mean? He can come out of the backfield like Tony Pollard. He can run up the gap, straight up the A gap. You know what I mean? He's a north and south runner. He's an east to west runner. You know what I mean? He can go sideline to sideline. He can do whatever you need. He can run routes, the whole nine. So we just keep giving him more reps, You got a guy like Saquon or Derrick Henry for your 3 downs. You know what I mean?
I'm looking at the ages between
restructure Dak's contract, Dak's contract, free up some more cap space. And like Gabe was just saying on Gridiron Nation on Wednesday, bring in Stephon Diggs. Get rid of Michael Gallup, 2nd round pick, 5th round pick. Bring in Stephon Diggs. Keep Brandon Cooks. Because we got a lot of free agencies. We got a lot of free agency players right now that we need to either re-sign to a 1-2 year deal or an extension. You know what I mean? Like Micah Parsons' contract's coming up with his he's on his last year. CD is on his last year. So I'm comfortable with what Gabe was saying. Give up Michael Gallup and, you know, bring in somebody like Diggs. Give up Michael Gallup, 2nd round pick, 5th round pick. Bring in somebody like Stephon Diggs. Now you got Brandon Cook, Stephon Diggs, CeeDee Lamb, Jason Ferguson, Jakey Fergie. You know, you got Hendershot and Schoonmaker. What?
I'm gonna do this for my Houston faithful. Listen, you have the opportunity to get Mike Evans, who's from Houston, and he would not mind going back home, right? You got a chance for Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. He did get to it.
I gotta act like there is Vipers out here just to get the team back. I got you, bro.
Wow. But the thing is, I feel bad for Dameon Pierce, and I think it was Devin Singletary, because Dameon Pierce like completely lost his starting position because he got hurt.
Yeah.
Right. And so Devin Singletary came in and started tearing it up. And you bringing in a guy like a Saquon Barkley, granted, who's 27 years of age, but he's also injury prone. Also injury prone. So that's the risk that you take. That's for any team that gets him. Same with Derrick Henry, who's at 30. You don't know if he's peaked. You don't know if this is it for him. Usually running backs start flaming out by the time they get to 30. And they put a lot on Derrick Henry as the running back for Tennessee Titans put a lot on his back. Does he still have enough miles that he can handle another 2 or 3 years? 2 or 3 years that can that he can still manage getting 1,000-yard seasons. Yeah, I saw that Evans being a diva and that he causes too much controversy. I don't know. I mean, right now the Texans are on the upward swing. You know what I mean? So I don't think, as much as I would love for them to have a Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley, I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to just stick with what they have with Devin Singletary and Dameon Pierce. And I think that Bobby Slowick will work with the both of them. And even with the receiver core, with Nico Collins, right? Tank Dell's going to be returning. And you saw what he was able to do in his rookie season. Getting another wideout, like maybe a Mike Evans, a big, tall wideout would be perfect. But you decided that you wanted Dalton Schultz to be your big guy, when you especially come across the middle, when you need 7 to 10 yards out of him, or a good 5. So, it'll be interesting to see if they do go and pull a trigger on a big name wide receiver or running back, but I don't think they are. I really don't think they are. If Evans does come, you got to get him for a year, just a year. Yeah. And if he works out,
for that veteran experience.
Yeah. If he works out for a year, okay.
You don't want these young receivers coming into the league without some type of veteran presence in the room.
When
they go into that wide receiver room, you want somebody with veteran presence, somebody with that veteran age who can say, yo, don't come in here thinking this is all fun and games. This is when we get to work. This is where we put in our best work
as much as the drama
out on that field.
As much as the drama is with Mike Evans, he's a champion. You can't deny him that. He's a champ. You just can't. You can't deny that. Like, so he's going to bring some
that Super Bowl experience, having that playoff experience, that comes with veteran experience. That brings that gives him that veteran caliber status to say, in the middle of a wide receiver room, hey, yo, when you're running this route, you need to do this, and this instead of this, and this. He has that right.
Stroud would like to have a Mike Evans on his team.
What? Knowing he's a possession receiver too? Come on now. All you gotta do is just throw it up and make and Mike will go make something happen. Make it happen, Mike. So I used to call him. I used to call him that all the time. Make it happen, Mike. Because Mike Evans is one of those players. He was like Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson can sit here and jump over 3-4 defenders and catch the ball and make a possession catch. You know what I mean?
As much as the drama is with Mike Evans is still the only guy 10 seasons in, 1,000 yards in every season.
Every season. He is the starter on a team, and he plays like a starter every season. How do you average 1,000 yards receiving
to start
your career?
To start your career. Come on, man.
Like,
You
you're 10 years into your career. You 10 years into your career, and even fighting through injuries, you still have 1,000 yards receiving each season you've been in the league.
Listen, I understand about you. You got to take the good with the bad here. He's 30. He's 30, right? 10 seasons in, 1,000 yards. 1-year deal does not hurt.
Exactly.
A 1-year deal doesn't hurt.
You see what we did with Brandon Cooks coming off of 6 straight consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. We said, okay, we're going to sign you to a 2-year deal. You know what I mean?
1-year deal wouldn't hurt.
A 1 to 2-year deal for the Houston Texans to get Mike Evans, to get a veteran receiver like Mike Evans, to get you over that hump of being able to get to the Super Bowl with that young team. It wouldn't hurt to bring in some veteran experience.
And I swear, if they
right.
get 13 wins, 12, 13 wins this past season, DeMeco was easy the coach of the year.
Mm-hmm.
He still should have been the coach of the year, in my opinion.
In my opinion as well, he should have been. But I guess I'm okay with Kevin Stefanski getting.
I'm not okay with it.
I'm
not.
I'm not okay with it,
You
but
can't change my mind.
let me say this. I understand why he was chosen, which I still think is stupid.
It was bull crap.
It doesn't make any sense. It was crap because DeMeco Ryan had the Rookie of the Year as his starting quarterback, and then had to play a game or two without the Rookie of the Year as his starting quarterback, and still won. Damn it. Still won the division.
Exactly. Stefanski didn't even win his own division.
And then got stomped in the playoffs by that team.
Listen, you can sit here all day and tell me that they had the 4-quarterback situation. So, and that Joe Flacco came off the couch and got them to the playoffs. So they still could have made the playoffs even without Joe Flacco.
They could have kept DTR in there.
They could have
went
without
do is just
him.
give him protection.
They were that defense kept them in many ball games this past year, right? And so even at 11-6, cool. But DeMeco Ryans took a team that wasn't even supposed to be there. They weren't even supposed to make the playoffs this year.
They were supposed to just be 500. They were literally predicted to end the season 500 or below.
7-10, 8-9 would have been okay. It would have been a great season for Houston, even though there were many games that they shouldn't have lost. Shouldn't have lost to the Panthers. They shouldn't have lost to the Falcons. That puts them at 12 wins. That's a cinch. And then Jacksonville, who was the team to beat in the AFC South, didn't even make the playoff.
Let alone win the division.
Are you kidding me? That's why I sit back and I say that Stefanski did not deserve the Coach of the Year award.
He definitely didn't. He definitely did not.
That's why I thought it was crap. That's why I thought it was crap when Flacco won Comeback of Player of the Year.
I mean, it was better than DeMar Hamlin winning it.
I get it. I get that.
DeMar Hamlin played maybe 3 downs the whole season.
And I fought for that one too, because it's the simple fact that you were not even supposed to play football again. And you did, and you were able to get back out in the field. That's what I would have gave him. That's what I would have gave him the award for. I'm like,
I would have given him the Walter Payton Man of the Year award instead.
Well, he wasn't. Cause I know he is a man of the community and stuff.
That's why he has
won the award.
Charity.
Hayward won the award. Did he not? Hayward did, right?
Yeah, Hayward did.
Hayward won.
I'm just saying, I would have gave him the Walter Payton Man of the Year award over the Comeback Player of the Year award, because the Comeback Player of the Year award is for your performance on the field after coming back from missing the season.
But the Man of the Year is meant for the community base, and I understand DeMar's charity was doing well for it even before he got hurt, and before he was out for a long time. But the recovery and able to get out on the field and play again, I would have gave him the award just for the 3 plays. And I know that sounds crazy, but you have to understand that this was a guy that was deemed never to play another down of football. And I know a lot of people that saw that as very political and whatnot. No, that was a guy that he was never going to play again. And he was able to go out there and at least do a couple of plays. I would have gave the award just for that alone.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. I agree with that.
I get the stats and all that crazy stuff. But a comeback player of the year, that's a comeback. That is a true comeback. And to sit there and say that he wasn't deserving of that, or he wasn't even a part of the nominations for that award, is just appalling.
I get what you're saying on that.
Back on the field, that's just amazing to me, man. That was weird.
Yeah.
I
do. I do. Just thinking of it that way, yeah. Just for him suiting up, being on the field, being able to play in a couple games, or literally just play.
Comment.
He literally died on the field and still came back. Right. Before they even got him, a lot of people don't realize this. Before they even got him on the ambulance the first time, he was dead. He was not alive on that field. Then when they picked him up to put him in the ambulance, they had to put him back down on the field because they got him breathing again, and then he stopped in the middle of them transporting him from the ground to the back of the ambulance. Then when they finally got him breathing again and they put him in the back of the ambulance and left on the way to the hospital, he died again.
So that's the thing, man. Like, listen, you mean to tell me that a guy dead and then coming back and playing on the field didn't mean nothing? I don't care how many plays it was. I don't care if it was for half a minute.
No, you're right.
It didn't matter. Right. See, that's the things I don't like with the NFL. That's the political side of the NFL that I don't like. You chose Kevin Stefanski because of 4 quarterbacks playing for the year and got to the playoffs, where you had a guy that literally had the number 2 and number 3 draft picks the last season, and a season that didn't even look like there was going to even be anything. They won the division and made the playoffs and won their playoff game, and it meant nothing. That's why I don't like the politics of the NFL.
No, and I can absolutely agree with you on that one, brother.
That was trash. That was trash. Complete trash, man.
Now, let's transition over into one of my favorite parts of the show. It's time for some. Wait, hold on. We got a comment. Sandy says, Arlington, your passion for the conversation is just you. It's true and blue.
I try. I try. It's just, you see the wrong in it.
Yeah.
You have to talk about it.
And people still just, they don't even acknowledge it. And that's one thing that should have been acknowledged for sure. The fact that man.
This is a good one. Who ends up with Justin Fields? Falcons, Raiders, Steelers, or other? Hey, I'm going to go on a limb. All right, I'm going to give my real answer, and then I'm going to give the fantasy answer. The fantasy answer, he's going back to the Bears. My real answer, he's going to be playing with the Atlanta Falcons.
I think he's going to be playing with the Atlanta Falcons, too. Not even going to lie. I think he's going to be playing with the Falcons for sure. I don't think any other team wants to take a chance on him. Washington, they have Sam Howell. They believe in Sam Howell. I think Sam Howell is going to be better. He's going to get better.
That's why. Hey, that's why I was cracking up with this draft whole stuff. This is going on right now, sir. The biggest thing is Caleb Williams and where he's going to go. If they're going to get, and I heard his dad has been playing like he's Cam Newton's dad was a little bit,
Yep, I heard
it's
the
kind
same.
Of funny
thing.
how all of that is translating, and Caleb is trying to dodge dashboard dog, all these questions and whatnot, and he's like, well, why you not? Did you think you were? Somebody asked, were you scared to join at the combine? What kind of question is that? What kind of question about him being scared? No, he was doing that. And a lot of people are looking at him as a diva anyway, that he chose not to do it. And he may even just do it at his pro day. That's what Jaden Daniels is doing. Jaden Daniels ain't doing the combine. I don't blame him. I don't blame either one of them. The combine is meant for those Honestly, it's meant for those that are seeking to get to an NFL team that wants to be picked up by an NFL team. First round draft picks, you use that for your pro day.
Yep. Because the combine is really for the players who are trying to either move up in the draft.
Exactly, draft stock.
And get and build up their draft stock. That's really what the combine is for. That pro day is what matters. That's why everybody's out there for their pro day. Everybody put a 210% into their pro day because that's what really matters. You know what I mean? But let's get into some fan mail, y'all. We got some fan mail. I ain't got the music today. I'm sorry. I forgot to upload it.
That's all good.
My bad. But yes, we got some fan mail, and my boy Hit, as always, got some questions for us. I do like this first question because it's a very interesting question. First question of the day for fan mail. Hit asks, how many plays are in a single game?
A football game?
And this is an interesting question because there really is no specific number.
There's no real answer to that.
There isn't. It depends on how many plays each team gets to run offensively. That's really how you can base that answer to that question.
That's a very challenging question. It's so vague though.
Because
your question is so vague, man.
You have to look at it like this, Hit. You get 4 downs to either get a touchdown or a first down. If you don't get the touchdown but pick up the first down, that's 4. Let's say it takes all 4 plays, right? Let's say you go for it on 4th down. It takes all 4 plays. That's 4 plays ran right there. So depending on how long your drive lasts, depends on how many plays. It's a hard question.
You'll have to go through the game summaries of every game
and see how many scoring drives. Yeah, how many, especially the scoring drives.
Whether they score or not, right?
Well, yeah. You literally have to go through the game summary and see how many drives have each team have had and how many plays they had in each drive. He says, "You're welcome, A-Train."
Because I called him out with a question that he put out.
We love you. No, but that is a very vague question because it really depends. There's a lot that goes into it. Depends on which offensive team is having the most success. You know what I mean? If they're having long drives or not, or if they're scoring touchdowns or turning the ball over in 3 or 4 plays, you know.
Hey, I'm gonna put Max Kellerman. Next question. Let's move. I don't even want to answer this. Next question.
All right, our next question we're gonna knock out for today. As we all know how the refs were for most of the NFL games, do you believe they will act the same in the spring league?
Yep. Sure will. No. Nope. Yeah, they sure will. I think they will. That's gonna be somebody.
They're not gonna act like anything. They're going to give you exactly what you got in the NFL. We're gonna get controversy, man.
What was it? I think it was the 2020 XFL season. And watching the games and how the refs were learning all of the rules at the time, you know, even though they did the scrimmages and whatnot, there was constant dialogue throughout those games. Okay, this is okay. And the feeding of the rules were in their ear, they were being told. But I like the joystick. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing how all of that was transpiring. It was so cool to me.
And even last season.
So you said, wouldn't you believe they would act the same? Absolutely. They will. It ain't going to change. Even with rules being some different from the NFL, it's going to be the same type of act. It's not going to change.
Only thing that's going to change is what we hear the refs talk about. Because, you know, as you know, we may be possibly still getting that transparency from the XFL and being able to hear the officials when they talk about, the ruling on the field and stuff like that. That's the only thing that's gonna be different. You ain't gonna be able. They gonna watch what they say.
Because a lot of them want to make it to the next level too. So
you know what I mean. So they're trying to. Because actually, there was a couple referees from the XFL who actually got offered jobs into the NFL after the XFL season last year. So refs don't matter what league. Sabrina says, "Great show, guys. Of course, they will. Some of them got promoted to the NFL. Exactly.
Thanks.
Thank you, Sabrina. I really appreciate that. But hit. So to honestly answer that, yes, I think we're going to get similar refereeing. I think we're going to have a lot of controversy. I think we may have a little bit longer games than we expect because of having to take time to talk about this call and that call and make rulings and go back and watching reviews. So it's going to be interesting.
I think the coaches should get a challenge like they did in the XFL, a challenge per half. If you get it right, if you get the challenge right, you get to keep it for the second. You get to keep it for the second half.
Yeah, and keep their timeout. Or if we're gonna do that, how about you add a timeout to where every team has 4 timeouts? Hold on, just hear me out. You add a timeout, so every team has 4 timeouts. And if you lose a challenge, you lose your challenge for the first half and a timeout.
Well, you're gonna use your challenge. So it's basically you have one. It's almost like saying you have one per game with a bonus challenge for the second half. But you have to nail it. You have to nail it right to get it. If you don't nail it the first time, you can't. You're stuck in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Sandy. Oh, hit, man. You're fine, brother. You're fine. Don't even worry about that, man. Just the fact that you send in questions every week I greatly appreciate it. So
but guess what? You got audience members coming in, so they may want to know where they can find to get the fan mail, man. Questions.
Yes, definitely. If you would like to send in your fan mail questions, you can email them right here to thegridironpodcast@gmail.com. That's THAGRIDIRON podcast@gmail.com. And for all of those who watch Gridiron Nation, which is my co-host Gabriel OG Garcia's page or his show, I'm sorry. If you would like to send your fan mail questions to Gabe's show, send them right there to Gridiron Nation podcast@gmail.com. Again, that's Gridiron Nation podcast@gmail. Also, go follow Gabe on his socials so you guys can stay up to date when all his Gridiron Nation episodes will be coming, as well as the new Renegades fan show that will be coming out soon. So make sure you guys go and check all that out. Follow him there. If you're into music as well, go check out his music, get all his information there. And once again, you guys, make sure you have Roku device, Roku stick, Roku app, Roku TV, Amazon TV, Amazon Fire Stick. If you have any of these devices, go and download the Roku the new Fuel Sports Network app. This has been the first episode of the Gridiron live on the Fuel Sports Network app. And we will be live every Saturday from now on at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure if you want to check us out on TV, you know what I mean, and check out all the shows, B-Hawk Live, The Bottom Line, X-Fan Show, and the Derek King Sports Show, Gateway City Sports. There's so many shows, man. And there's more coming. Like when I say there's more coming, there's so many more coming. We got an MMA show coming. We got a wrestling show coming.
Yes,
We got
sir.
baseball, hockey, all sports are being covered. Basketball, everything is being covered now for the Fuel Sports Network. We're covering all sports, baby. It's not just football. So we're expanding our horizon, and we're expecting the fan base to do the same, man. So make sure you go and download the Fuel Sports Network app on your Roku device, on your Amazon device, and let's get it popping, man. I'm excited for the moves that are being made with the network. I'm excited for the moves that are being made for the Legion. You know, everything's progressing. Again, if you want to help bring back the Vegas Vipers franchise or the Vegas Outlaws or the Vegas Gamblers back to the UFL, make sure you scan that QR code there and go and sign that petition, y'all. Sign that petition. Let's bring a UFL Vegas franchise back. We got to call it a UFL franchise. You know what I mean? So make sure you guys go and sign that petition. We need as many signatures as possible, y'all. A-Train, I want to thank you, my brother, man, for joining me today, filling in for Gabe. Gabe, my brother, Double G, the Wicked One. Get better, man. We miss you. We got a big announcement to make when you come back about the show and where the Gridiron itself is going. So, you know, drink you some hot tea. Get better, damn it. We need you back. But A-Train, go ahead and hit him with your 15 seconds of fame. You already know. Let them know where you can find all of
make
your
sure you
socials.
follow me at the A-Train Show on Twitter and on Instagram, and make sure you go find Fuel Sports Network. Just type in Fuel Sports Network on Twitter. You can find us there as well. Okay, Fuel_SN on Twitter at Fuel Sports Network. Of course, X-Fan Show, Battlehawk Live, Bottom Line. We all there, baby. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Oh, real quick, we're moving to Tuesday afternoon for the X-Fan Show. Yep, we're moving to Tuesday afternoon. You'll find us, trust me. Everybody does all the time, so you'll know when we're there.
If you got the app.
If you got the app, you can find us when we get on demand and everything.
Yes, sir. Live and on demand. So, and you can actually go on the Fuel Sports Network app and check out all the different shows on demand in each section. Each show has its own section with all the episodes that are uploaded there for you guys. So make sure you guys go and check it out. They will be changed every week, so you'll be getting a fresh, set of shows every week, if not every day. So make sure you guys get that Fuel Sports Network app. Download it now on your Roku TV, Roku Fire Stick, Roku Stick, your Roku app, your Amazon Fire Stick, your Amazon TV. However you got it, man, go get that Fuel Sports Network app, man. You need to go and get it. It's so beautiful to see me on live TV now. You know what I mean? Doing this show. It's a beautiful thing. But this is the Gridiron Podcast Show, presented to you live on the Fuel Sports Network, live on YouTube, live on Facebook, live on multiple platforms now, baby. We are here to stay. We are growing and getting even bigger. Gabe, we will see you next week. He will be back. Again, send your fan mail questions to the gridironpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to check out the lineup for all the shows from the Legion this week as well. Check out Gabe's show this Tuesday, Gridiron Nation Podcast, X-Fan Show this Tuesday, Bottom Line Monday. Oh, there's Smoking Guns on Monday. There's so much, and it's all coming to Fuel Sports Network. So
just
make sure
tuned,
you guys
baby. Just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We got more shows coming. But that is it for the show today. Thank you for tuning into the Gridiron. I want to thank everybody who, yes, look, Sadie says she's watching on a 65-inch, and it looks great. It looks great. It's DJ Feed. Hold on. He said remember, Vipers are in Vegas. We're out of here, man. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is the Gridiron. Holla at your boy, Jersey the King, man. You guys take it easy. Peace.